Hey guys.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
So we're bringing you another messy video. We apologize for the delay. Sorry, fixing my out. But a lot's been going on, with the stress of COVID and everything that's been going on. It's also been, it's affected us. And when we're ready, we share a little. Don't worry, not us directly, but
we don't have COVID.
Thank God. But surrounding people, and if appropriate, we'll like if we feel like it, we'll share a little bit more about it and stuff.
Yeah.
But we thought that we should talk about. It'd be fun to speak about the entanglement.
How can we not get messy and talk about this? How can we not? How can we let this time go by and not bring up the whole mess of this entanglement business?
Yes. Well, first, I really don't want to laugh because as being married, like, it's a lot. Like, marriage is a lot, you know? And I'm not even coming from a judgmental point, and it's just I guess they laugh, so we can laugh too. But like, what do you have to say about that?
I don't even know where to start. Where do I start? Okay, so apparently what it is, what has been allegedly, I should say, not apparently. So allegedly, not allegedly because it happened. It was a thing. It was an entanglement. That entanglement is what it was said. So Jada was separated from Will for some time, and in that time, Jada said that she was actually done with her marriage, which she was done with since the beginning because I remember her sharing, I don't know if you follow her or any of her red table talks or just her in general. She has said in multiple interviews that she actually never wanted to get married. Like, she actually remembers crying the day of her wedding and her mom forcing her to get married because it's like, yo, this is what you need to do. But the whole thing of marriage always scared her. And then that's when Jada and Will always talk about how they realized that they were not happy because they were trying to make the other person happy, or the person was not making them happy, whatever. So they discovered that they should no longer call their marriage a marriage, but a partnership. No, just say I didn't want to get divorced, so y'all just making it work for how y'all want to make it work. So all of this was just...
all of this, like, what it kind of, for me, it just kind of reminds us the importance of dealing with our mess, because when we don't deal with our mess and we bring other people in, because it seemed like there was so much going on with them in their marriage, which every marriage, has so much going on. But with this situation, I feel like when you bring other people into your mess,
right,
and it just kind of creates this triangle and create this, everything that's going on. Like, just, I think yesterday he dropped another song about it. So, have you listened to the song?
No, I didn't listen to any of this stuff. I didn't listen to the old one, this new one.
And it's clearly someone lashing out because they're hurt. And it's another reminder of we have to take care of ourselves.
Absolutely.
And in the midst of us taking care of ourselves, we have to make sure we're not bringing other people down with us. Because it seems, I think it's great that Des Smith has worked it out and are working it out, but I think it's great. But it's still there's still other people like obviously this affected, and we didn't even, I don't believe we have the whole story. Who knows who else is involved in this, or maybe have like a
people
that may have a contract not to say anything and they're just not speaking out. Like, you just never know. So it's important to deal with it.
One thing Jada said that was just so toxic was that she found him hurt and she wanted to help him heal. First of all, who made you a therapist? Who made you God? Who made you a doctor? Who made you a healer? That is not your job, first and foremost. It is never somebody else's job to heal or help somebody else come to a place of healing or wholeness. Like, through friendship, maybe that can happen just randomly by happenstance, but it's not you that's working at it. You don't prey on somebody because it's like, oh, a hurt puppy, let me, a hurt person, let me take on and make this person. Like, this is not a project. You don't play with somebody's life. You don't play with somebody's feelings like this. Like, no. And she was clearly, like you said, we have to work on our hurt, because hurt people hurt people. You were clearly hurt by whatever was going on with your marriage with your husband, and then, like, your whatever toxic relationship, and then all of a sudden you want to, you know, tag on to somebody else who is the same age as
Who's
your
younger.
child.
Yeah, like, and that's another thing. I do think that, like, it's important, like, we have power, and I do believe that, like, it's not for everybody, but I think, like, when older people may have certain, you know, understanding of life as
Absolutely.
a person who was already struggling, and I feel like this thing was just another thing. And I think, like, you know, I do commend Jada for, she did admit it in the video, like, how she says that, like, amongst, like, in the midst of her hurtness, she
did say that.
you know, but it still doesn't excuse it, because
she's laughing at the
this
end.
person is broken. So even though we, like, in our brokenness we hurt other people, we're still responsible for our brokenness. Like, it's not like, oh, you know, like, I honestly don't even like the phrase hurt people, because I feel like, yes, that happens, but I feel like a lot of people have used that as an excuse to hurt other people. Like, here I am hurt, I'm broken.
It wasn't my fault. I just wasn't in a, like, I mean, it was your fault.
We're still responsible.
At that time, you were in what you thought to be your right mind, and so and at that time, whether you were hurt or not, you purposefully made that decision to pursue this young man, or, you know, to continue to have this relationship, whatever. And she says that this happened 4 or 5 years ago, and she doesn't understand why. First of all, I'm gonna get romantic right here. I don't believe it just happened 4 or 5 years ago. No, because the way he's coming out so boo-hoo hurt, there's no way that you held on all that boo-hoo hurt. We don't have the whole story. And it just, talking about you haven't spoken to him since 4 or 5 years ago, you are a liar. He was probably just in your bedroom. You probably just hit him up because you got, nah, for real, yo. Because he's writing songs about you, Jada.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like this whole situation, like
4 or 5 years ago.
I'm like this close. Actually, I won't even say I'm this close. I feel like I'm there to say, like, listen, like y'all deal with this over there. Like, stop coming out with songs. Stop talking about it on Red Table Talk. I understand they're public figures, but it's like this whole thing is just.
Yeah, I need people to, like, not be surprised that they have an open marriage. Like, that's not new. They have an open marriage. Okay.
I think why people are, like, surprised is because
they put them on a pedestal.
Well, they do, but they said they did it.
Yeah.
You know, in the Red Table Talk, they said that they did not. Like, it was a rumor.
Yeah, they said,
it's like, what's going on with you guys? Like,
they said that then because the time when it started to come out, it wasn't like, it wasn't a cool thing. Like, it wasn't an acceptable thing, and they were viewed as Will and Jada, the perfect couple.
Yeah.
So for people to hear, y'all got an open marriage, like, so wait, this is not no real deal. No, it's a real deal, but it works for them because it's open.
Yeah.
So I believe they've always had an open. I'm not even gonna go into, like, the whole Tupac thing, because I think she was. But, you know, I'm not gonna get that messy. But there have been some people that are like, oh, poor Will. What you feel about that? This whole poor Will.
I'm just this whole situation is just blowing my mind. Like, it's so exhausting. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like poor everyone involved. Like, seriously.
All y'all need help.
Like,
all y'all need Jesus.
It's like, what's going on? And it's like, I really do wish that they didn't have to deal with it so publicly, you know, because a lot of us get to deal with our mess and it's not so public.
Okay, thank you, Lord.
So it's like, I don't know, like, is it Poe Will or is it not? Because in the video, he said that he did get back at her, so, you know.
Poor everybody, because it's just a sad, dumb situation. But to be honest, I don't feel like he's boo-hoo hurt, because it's Will Smith. You think Will Smith is sitting here just being straight up loyal to Jada all day, every day? No, they have an agreement. That's why they laugh and keep bad marriage for life, because they already know they don't have a marriage. They have a partnership, first and foremost. So when they say bad marriage for life and they're laughing, it's because it's their little joke, it's their little keek, because they already know we don't have a marriage like everybody else. What they have, they're good with it, they can laugh about it, and it's their life. At the end of the day, who's paying their bills? At the end of the day, are you sleeping? Are you going home to Will Smith or Jada? No. So, like, that's why they can laugh at it. And, like,
maybe August.
Yeah. Well, but at the end of the day, that's his mess, and he uses it for more creativity. Like, you come up with songs, and they may or may not be. I didn't hear
that's another thing too. I want to tackle on. I'm glad you said that, because, like, August needs to not act like he's profiting off of this. Right now, he's eating. Like, that's what he's doing. Like, because my thing is, I do understand you being hurt, but it's kind of goes back to kind of what we were saying. And your hurtness, it's not okay. Like, for me, I also kind of feel about this, like, why you, like, you hurt. I understand everybody's public figures or whatever, but it begs to kind of ask, like, why, you know, if it's really like been 4 or 5 years, or even if it's been yesterday, why are you bringing this forth? Like, it was happening, like, why are you doing it? And now, like, the fact that he just dropped another song, it just makes me, actually, it even made me believe, like, how he wrote, like, I understand he's an artist, but that song was written kind of fast. So I'm wondering if everybody involved, like, we're going to use the word entanglement, like, make sure you have the lyrics out, make sure we get 10%, I don't know. That's just me going all the way left. But for me, I just feel like, okay, like, you had this thing going on, like, why are you bringing it out? And, like, what was your purpose? Like, for me, it's like, what's the greater purpose of you even bringing this forth? What's the greater purpose of you? Is it that you're using you're trying to kind of process your hurt, or you trying to hurt her because you knew that because it's the Smith, everybody would want to know? So again, you know, for the sake, the main reason of us doing this, again, it goes back to take care of yourself. And it doesn't have to always be public. Like, because I really do feel like if you had a problem, like, if we're taking what Jada said for real, like, why didn't he contact them to try to, like, if you really wanted to process it, like, why, or contact a therapist, like, why you giving interviews? I'm not, like, that's just, it's too messy. And, you know,
the whole point is situations are messy, entanglements are messy. Get you a therapy, okay? A therapist, all right?
Seriously,
like, work on yourself so you're not at a place where you just cause more damage to somebody else. Like, you want to be the healthiest person that you can be, to be involved and create other healthy relationships. So that when you notice, I was talking to another friend of mine today, actually, like I feel and I can sense when somebody else is toxic. Like, I know how to respond when somebody is trying to come at me with some toxicity. Like, like, just know. But that's because I've done the work myself. I've gone to therapy. I have a relationship with God. I'm in my word. So I do the work so that I am literally, like, not toxic, or I don't have any bad energy, or I don't bring that to some
work.
Absolutely. It never stops. It never stops. You have to always constantly work at it so you can always be your best. And when you're not, you end up in entanglements. And it's like,
nah, bro.
Don't be surprised. Like,
and then, you know what? Also, did I lose my train of thought? Yes, I did. Oh, I was gonna say, like, if we're taking them at their word and this happened years ago, like, another reason why I feel like August is wrong. I know you don't believe it.
No, it was yesterday.
But, like, I feel like that kind of awakened another thing in their marriage. Like, kind of like how you have to kind of, because now if we take them at their word and we're not like,
years ago?
You know, funny enough, we had a video about someone being an optimist and a pessimist. The optimist right there is turning into a pessimist.
No, I am not.
Because she don't believe them. If I choose to believe them at their word. You know, another reason why I think it was wrong, because now, like, it's awakened, if they have gone through the healing process, for them to be
really heal?
As vague as it is. It's not that if they really heal, but, like, sometimes you're healed and then someone kind of, like, push the scab. I feel like some healing always kind of have a scab.
The wound is still there.
Yeah, the wound is there. Like, it's not that you're not healed, like, it's sensitive, but now, like,
got you.
It makes me wonder, like, almost like to go completely left, like a rape victim who maybe have done the work and they're over it, but, like, certain things may be triggering if they
smell a cologne or perfume or something, and
so it doesn't mean like they're not healed, but, like, if they really have gone through it, I feel like it's unfair to them that now, like, they kind of have to relive it all over again. So,
well, something you got to deal with when you put yourself in those situations. So, do the work.
It's funny because she's so much more not sensitive about this than I am.
I don't know.
Usually it's the opposite. Like, this completely have flipped. For me, I'm just like, listen, guys.
Just do the work. I think I'm insensitive to this to them, because I feel like I really don't feel like they care. I feel like they're only talking about it because it's out in the open and people are just making it a thing. But I feel like Will and Jada are literally just like, we're living our lives. We still make millions, billions, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the truth.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm not like, okay. So, because what works it might just work for them. They might just be like, yeah, that was a close one. And bad marriage for life.
You know,
and keep moving.
I did see a post the other day that I did agree with. Like, we're worrying about this when COVID is still alive, and
Like,
you know, we're worried about whether kids are going to school too. So
bigger issues are at hand.
yes.
Okay, so moral of this
Take
video.
care of yourself.
What she saying?
Because when you don't and you think everything is okay, you're
bound for
affecting someone else. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Jada didn't sit there and say, maybe she did, but most of the time, you know, we end up hurting other people. We don't actually go out to do it, but we do it, and it can be like, oops, you know,
my bad.
I didn't realize it. No, you can't be going around messing up other people and.
So take your time, heal, go through, you know.
Do the work.
Do the work.
Yes.
Just do the work to be a better you.
Yes,
all right, y'all. See you guys in the next video.
Love
Bye.
you guys.
Let us know if you agree. Comment, subscribe, share. Let us know what you think.
We know it's a split topic. Other people, you know, and it's fine. You don't have to agree with us or, you know, but we'd love to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, hit us up. All right, bye.